and I am the Congressional District Chair, but I was first the Seward County Chair, and then I was elected as the Chair Rep for a Subdistrict 105. And a lot of you may not know much about me, so I'm just going to give you a brief as I can. I'm from Northeast Ohio. I grew up in a inner city factory town east of Cleveland. Very, very blue collar. I could tell you lots of interesting stories. And if you saw what happened to that community over the last 50 years, you would understand why. When I met a boy from Nebraska in 1996 and visited Nebraska, you would know why I fell in love with Nebraska, okay? And so we moved here. We had three children in Ohio, and then we ended up having 2 more children here in Nebraska. We moved here in 2005 because after coming here and meeting his parents, and you know, my husband is one of these like German Lutheran, salt of the earth guys, and his parents were very much that same way. And so we fell in love with it, and we packed up and moved our family 1,000 miles to raise our family near grandparents and in a more conservative community and culture. And so I was drawn to Nebraska for a lot of the reasons that we're fighting today, right, to keep Nebraska a place like that. My background is in the medical equipment industry. I owned a medical equipment rental business for 27 years. My husband is Scott Seevers, and he is in higher education. He's in fundraising for Concordia University in Seward, which, by the way, is one of the last unapologetically Christian higher ed institutions and campuses in a several state region. So if you have any kids or grandkids looking at colleges, that's where you want to be. So together, I was never political before COVID. I did show up and do my civic duty and vote for president. I voted in primaries, but beyond that, I couldn't have told you what my legislative district was. I couldn't have probably told you at the time who my senator was before COVID. But with 5 children across 4 different schools, COVID was the shock to reality and the call to action that got me going in politics. So I don't consider myself a politician. I consider myself a servant, and that's kind of how I got drawn into this, was just helping people. People say, could you do this? Yeah, I could do that. You want to do this? Could you help me with this? Yes, I can help with that. And that's kind of how I got going. So I think, I shouldn't say I think, I'm planning to run for the Congressional District 1 chair again. I was filling out the remaining 6 months of the term, and then I will be running again in March, and so I'll be asking for your vote for that, and then I'll be also asking for your votes for a slate card that we're hopefully putting together. And I do want to announce that someone right here among us has agreed to step up and run for the chair rep position. You have to be a county chair to be a chair rep on the executive board, and Margot Chenoweth has agreed to run for chair rep for Congressional District 1. So thank you, Margot, and we'll be giving some more information on that slate card coming up. Okay, so that's a little about me, and I'm super excited to introduce to you, and a lot of you already know Joe, but if you don't, this is Joe Hagerty, and he is our brand new political director for the NEGOP. And for those of you that don't know, from my perspective, this is one of the most up and coming players in the Republican Party in the state of Nebraska. Yes, we love our Joe. And so as the new political director, he's going to be sharing with you his vision, his plans. It's a little different than what we've had in the past with a political director. So he's going to kind of explain how he differs in his new role. And we've got a jam-packed morning to share stuff with you, and I apologize for the late start. I hope everybody can be a little flexible because I don't want to cut you too short, but we'll push it all through as fast as we can. All right, thank you, and welcome, Joe.
Perfect, awesome. Well, thank you for having us. We're excited to kind of work with everybody throughout the entire state, and this is kind of that first step. We're going to be meeting with a lot of the different counties. Some of them will be individually, some will be as groups like this, and I think as you have groups like this, it's really a good way to help other counties know, oh, I'm facing the same problems or challenges that other people are facing, or, oh, you've implemented that solution, maybe I can do that in my county. And so that's part of why Danna and I decided to try to do something as a group, and it also allows me to get to more counties faster, because our goal is to really find out where's everybody at, and then how can I help each of you go to that next level? Because really, there hasn't been a person in a role at the NEGOP since I've been involved that's really been able to spend the time exclusively helping counties. That's really what my goal is to do. And so quickly, just because I don't want to spend a lot of time on me, this is really about you and how we can help everybody succeed. But I was, prior to this role, the field director for the Trump campaign. So I dealt with all the field work in CD2 just this last cycle. And so prior to that, I worked at the university in Lincoln for about 5 years, doing stuff with student organizations and clubs. And I helped them form new organizations, and one of those was the College Republicans group, so I got to work with fun groups like that. But then I also had the trans group, and I had other groups that I didn't like to really work with. And so I had to make a decision after a while where I couldn't really make as much of an impact as I wanted. And so when the Trump opportunity came around, I decided I'm quitting my job, and I'm going to take a leap of faith, take that job knowing there isn't anything after the election's over, and hope that something else comes along. And luckily it did, and I was offered to be the political director. So take the skills and the knowledge that I got from the Trump campaign, plus everything I've done within my county in Sarpy. I'm actually from Springfield, Nebraska, and then implement that and help people across the state. So that's kind of a brief background of me and what we're hoping to do. But I want to make sure, once again, this is focused on you all. And so I want to just make sure, I went around a little bit before we got started here to meet everybody, but I think it's good for everybody to hear who was all in attendance. So if we just want to go around, maybe I'll start with Scott. Just say your name, what county you're from, and then if you're in the county party, I know a few of you aren't, mention maybe what your position is.
Good. Scott Ewan, I'm Dodge County Chair.
Very good.
Covered it all.
John Grothusen, I'm former county chair and state central committee now.
See, I'm glad you said it, because I didn't know how to say your last name, so that's part of why I'm doing this.
Grothusen.
You can just say you're a big Trump
Now I know.
John.
Okay, Marisol Lopez, I'm just here today because Paul invited me to come to this meeting to learn, so thank you.
Very good. Awesome.
Luke Ryder, I'm from Butler County, and I'm just a Republican, not that hold any position.
That's good. Well, that's what we need. All right.
Roger Kingsley, I'm from Cuming County, West Point, Nebraska. I'm the vice chair of the county.
Awesome. Very good.
Lou Yedlichka, just from the county here, been a Republican for all my life, involved in a lot of other aspects of, from corn growers to soybean association to,
Awesome.
so just, Paul invited me, and I'm gonna spread the news, what you give to me around the county here.
Very good. Awesome.
Good morning, everybody. My name's Ryan Stover. Geez, that son. I'm the Madison County Chair for the Republican Party.
Awesome.
Good morning, Roy Zock, Stanton County current vice chair.
Awesome. Very good.
Trina McBride Cook, Secretary Treasurer for Stanton County.
Awesome.
Okay, I'm gonna try this.
You don't have to stand
No,
if you
you
don't want
said. Okay. Margaret Chenoweth, I'm the Stanton County Chair.
Awesome. Very good.
Marlon Seevers from Madison County. I'm on this county central committee.
Very good. Awesome.